In today's lesson, you are learning how to simplify algebraic expressions by combining like terms. Pause the video to copy down the definitions of the following words into your composition notebook. When you are ready, you may press play. Like terms. Terms in an expression that have the same variable or the same variable raised to the same power. For example, in the expression 3x plus 4x plus 5y, 3x and 4x are like terms because they are attached to the same variable. Coefficient, a number before a variable that will be multiplied by the variable. The coefficient of the y value in the expression 5y plus 6 is 5, since 5 is in front of the y and it is being multiplied by the variable y. Constant, a term without a variable. In the expression 6x plus 7, 7 is the constant since it is by itself. In the expression below, there are three terms, 7x plus x minus 8. The x values are like terms, and the constant is a term on its own. We can simplify and combine the terms together by adding our like terms. So what does this look like? Well, if we're given the same exact problem, 7x plus x minus 8, first we need to identify our terms. Term 1 would be 7x. Term 2 is just x. And term 3 is going to be negative 8. And we would say negative 8 because the sign in front of 8 is a minus sign. Now, identify your like terms. You see that there is 7x and there's just x. Both of these are like terms. And negative 8 is a term all on its own. It does not have any other variables attached to it. It is just our constant. There are no other numbers in this particular expression that can be combined with negative 8. So what does this mean? Well, let's go back and make sure that we can add our like terms together. You see that we have 7x and then we have x. Remember, there's that invisible 1 in front of x. So if I'm going to add those two together, I would add 7x plus 1x. So I'm adding these two like terms, or what we like to call combining like terms. Again, 7x plus 1x is going to equal 8x. So I'm going to plug that in up top into my expression to make it more simplified and say 8x. Then I'm going to take the constant, which has no other like terms, and I'm going to simply plug it into the rest of the expression. So my final expression will be 8x minus 8. We have a video game that costs X dollars and has been marked up by 9%. This can be expressed as X plus 0.09x. How can we simplify this expression? Again, there's no 1 in front of the X, but it is invisible. Both of these are like terms. If you add 1 to 0.09, all you are doing is adding or combining those like terms. So we would get 1.09x. And that would be your final answer. Okay, now it's your turn. Complete the checkpoint on page 339 in your math book. Pause, then press play when you have finished. We know that the item had a 3% markup. The cost was C. The expression was C plus 0.03 C. Now all we have to do is combine our like terms. Remember that invisible 1 in front of C. Add it together with 0.03, and our total is 1.03 C. Follow along in your book on example 2. Combine like terms. Negative 5x plus y plus 6 minus 5y minus 3. Note that what I've done is I've gone through and I am combining all the terms that are similar. For example, the y's are like terms. The constants, 6 and negative 3, are like terms. And negative 5x is all by itself. Since negative 5x is all by itself, the first step will be to write down negative 5x into my new expression. Now I'm looking at the y values. I have y minus 5y. Remember, when we are subtracting, we are actually adding the opposite. So if I'm adding a negative 5y, what I'm doing is subtracting that one y that is positive, and I will get negative 4y. Add it down to the new equation. All right, now take your 6 minus 3, and remember it's positive 3 because 6 is positive. There's a positive sign in front of it. So therefore, 3 is positive. So we are going to plug this into our new expression to get negative 5x minus 4y plus 3. All right, your turn again. Do the checkpoint on the bottom of page 339 in your math book. Pause, then resume the video when you are finished. All right, negative 5 minus 3w plus 9 minus 6z plus 8w minus 4z. Notice what I've done is I'm going through with different colors and I'm underlining the like terms. So negative 5 and positive 9 are going to be added together. Then I look at the next terms. Negative w, or negative 3w, plus 8w. Both are like terms. We're going to add those together in just a minute. And then you have negative 6z and negative 4z. All right, now we're going to go all the way back through now that I've rearranged all of my like terms. Add them or combine them together. Negative 5 plus 9 is 4. Negative 3 plus 8w is 5w. And then if you notice right here where that negative 4z is, you want to make sure that you're actually going to rewrite it as plus negative 4z. That's super important. So negative 6z plus negative 4z is negative 10z. Now all I've got to do is rewrite it, and my final expression is 4 plus 5w minus 10z. Be sure to look over what your assignment is for today and revert back to the video if you have any questions.